Welcome to another A.G.M perspective, fam, where we discuss real issues in real time. I come to you today in the name of peace, love, solidarity, humility, and oneness, Black Power. It's your brother, A.G.M, once again. I know it's been a while, but I'm here now. And I want to discuss this Joe Biden, Kamala Harris elect. Now, before I get to that, I just want to say that I'm an avid believer that we are one. No matter where we find ourselves in the world, Black people are one. And once we know and understand that we're one people, we need to stay on code. We need to stay on code. We need to maintain that level of respect with each other, and we need to unify. We need to keep the peace between us, and we need to exercise Black love. It's only in mutual respect that we can thrive and go forward, no matter where we are in this world. We are one. One mind, one body, one soul. What happens to one happens to all. Now that I got that out the way, please support the channel. Hit the like button if you love the content, and help me to grow. Help us to grow. Wherever you find yourself, please let yourself be known, whether you're in Jamaica, whether you're in Panama, whether you're in England, whether you're on the continent, the mother continent. Let yourself or let your presence be known. That way we can connect with you wherever you are, and whatever you need me to expand on, I can. It might be a problem in your neck of the woods, so to speak, and you might want to bring that to the forefront. We can do that on this platform. So please feel free to let me know, and then we can work on that. We need to grow, people. We need to grow. Family, Black family, we need to grow. We have to stay on code, be one. Black man, Black woman, Black child. Now we got this president-elect, Joe Biden, and the first non-white Kamala Harris. First woman VP. So it's history in the making 2 times over, right? Now, a lot of people are ecstatic. A lot of people are feeling triumphant because the Orange Crush, Agent Orange, has been defeated. And a lot of people are glad he's going. He's not gone yet, but he's going. And a lot of people is elated to that, by that. What does it mean for us as a people? You know, I advocate group economics. I advocate doing for self. So no matter who steps up and sits in that Oval Office, we'll still be taking care of ourselves, because we know politicians are fickle. They'll think about you today and forget you tomorrow. But I like to go through a few things that they promised or they viewed as important issues which they wish to tackle maybe in the first 100 days or whatever. So they said one of the things that they want to tackle is they want to battle systemic racism. Excuse me. They want to battle, they see a problem with systemic racism because it's tearing the country apart, which is right and exact. Whether they're genuine, I don't know. But I do know one thing. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm one of those people that you have to make me a believer, so to speak. I don't just jump on the bandwagon and just expect the best. Really and truly, I always expect the worst. That's how I've been programmed. I've programmed myself to think due to numerous disappointments and knowing the elements that we're dealing with and the system that we're dealing with. So this Biden team vowed to battle systemic racism, which has been plaguing not only our people, but the ripple effect spreads all over the world. If America sneezes, everybody in the world catch a cold. They're talking about restoring the economy. A lot of damage been done. A lot of people have mixed ideas or mixed views on that. A lot of jobs have went overseas. COVID had crippled most of the economy all over the world. So Biden is talking about restoring the economy. Then he goes further into saying, as far as criminal justice is concerned, he done shifted his policies from being tough on crime. His position has changed since the 1990s. Now he wants to spend $20 million for incarceration reduction. $20 million to reduce incarceration. He wants to eliminate mandatory minimum sentences. And for those who don't know, those mandatory minimums have given a lot of people life and excessive time in prison. Excessive time. You got a lot of people who's wasting away in prison being caught in that net, that snare, that trap of mandatory minimums and unjust law designed for black people. So when you have the breaking up of the black man, woman, and child, the black family, that's one of the causes. So when we have these young boys on the street gunning each other down because they didn't grow up with a strong father to keep them in check, to guide them and show them the right way, that's one of the reasons. See, people always put the blame on the family. Yes, the family has to bear some of the blame, but we understand that people make mistakes. And part of the justice system is to punish people for their mistakes. But after the mistake has been, after time has been put in for the mistake and justice is satisfied, those people are supposed to be returned back to society to continue their lives because the debt to society has been paid. But so far, with the mandatory minimums, justice is anything else but justice. It's unequal, unbalanced. And black people have been suffering. Families torn apart, ripped apart because of these unjust laws. Brothers serving life in prison. While others walk away from slap on the wrist for the same things, but because a drug is in a different form, same drug, maybe same quantity, but because one is solidified and one is crystallized, you got two different sentences. You figure. The next thing you want to do is decriminalize marijuana. Now, see, to me, that has always been a hypocrisy because a lot of these politicians and people in high office or whatever, when they used to go to college or when they're in the privacy of their own home, they smoke weed. Weed is something natural that grows so therefore to criminalize it as a drug was crazy in the first place. Now they talk about decriminalize it. And we could go into something else about the decriminalizing because now they could tax it. They see the money being made off of it. But that's neither here or there. You want to decriminalize marijuana and expunge prior cannabis convictions. So all the people who was in jail for weed violations and weed crimes, something that grows naturally, that could be used medicinally. They're looking to expunge their record. Another thing that they want to do, well, these are just proposals, right? We don't know if they are going to go through with them. These are just the wish list, I call it. And the death penalty. I don't know how you feel about the death penalty, but all the studies that they've done, and not just, around the world, you have different civilizations, different societies have come to the conclusion that the death penalty does not deter crime. The death penalty sometimes, when people rush to judgment, or sometimes they don't do an efficient or extensive enough investigation, they kill innocent people. And you can't bring them back. Once you execute somebody and then evidence pop up that contradicts the conviction or the guilt factor of the crime, you can't bring that person back because you already done fried them or whatever, you gassed them or whatever, injected them. You can't bring them back. So there's a lot of people who advocate against the death penalty. Another thing that they want to bring, or they wish to bring forward, is $30 billion to support minority investment. So that's part of the anti-crime thing. They want to invest or support or have social programs, $30 billion to help minorities. They also want to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Which would be a good thing. Which would be long overdue. A lot of people would agree with me. They propose to hire 100,000 people to set up nation tracing programs for COVID to combat the spread of the disease or the virus. So instead of trying to deny that this virus exists, they propose to hire more people, screen people for free so that they can detect and strategize how to combat COVID.